Disclaimer, I'm not a professional. This is just how I work on my vehicles.
Yay.
If you ever want to rust-proof your car or truck or whatever, no one thinks about this stuff, by the way. I mean, unless you're the guy who does, in which case, hey! Yeah, like if you buy an older vehicle, there's no way to stop rust from forming. Like, inside here, here's a question. What's on the other side of this metal? Do you want to know? No, because if you did, it'd scare the hell out of you. I'll tell you what's in there. Rust, decay, and dirt. It's because every 2 or 3 feet, there's a little hole that drains. It gets plugged, and then the moisture and dirt doesn't have anywhere to flow. And after 20 years, the inside starts to rust, and that starts to plug too. So anyways, every vehicle has this, especially older vehicles. But say you clean them out, because you decided that you wanted to know what was on their side of the wall, in which case, you're awesome. Because that's scary when you learn how bad the rust is and how much crap is on the inside of there. So once you clean it, you can get one of these. This will attach to your aerosol can. So this comes with a female cap. This is Rust Check you buy from the store. Comes with a male cap. So this is a problem, but anyway, it doesn't really matter, but it doesn't fit. I thought it would. But pretty much, I'm gonna make it so I drill holes in underneath, and I have plugs that I put in the holes, but I can remove the plugs, and I can feed this in, right? And then spray into here, and as I'm spraying, you pull it out, and this is omnidirectional. Excuse me, I've had bad allergies. And it sprays in like this as it's going out. So it coats the entire inside with a rust inhibitor. So this was $40.
So you
pay somebody several $100s a year, every year, to do the same thing. I mean, you could, I don't know. I kind of just bashed, in a way, the guy at the store. The guy at the store is good. He'll do the same thing. He'll do this. Plus, he'll coat the whole undercarriage with the rust protection. But I mean, you can do it yourself, right? This will take you about, I don't know, about an hour or so, once a year, a couple times a year. But yeah, it came with this, and then a smaller one, and then like a little spot applicator.
So you had to order those, right?
Yeah, I ordered it a couple days ago. Actually, yeah, here. If somebody is watching who's really interested, I should show them this, because it took me a little while to find it, and then when you call places, no one has any idea what you're talking about, and lots of people will be like, you don't need this, or they'll just give you some whatever, but if you want it, that's it. Don't buy it on Amazon, just call Napa or whatever. Use that part number in the bottom left, that 3M-08851, that'll get you it, and then you can get this. But then the issue is, this is how you solve the next issue. How do you adapt? Well, this is what you do. You get this tiny little fuel hose, okay? I figured this all today, because I was pissed when I realized that this was a female cap. Oh, I was so pissed. Did I mention how pissed I was? Because I found the perfect thing and it still doesn't work. So this is what you do. You can still use this, like these common red tips, right? You feed it into this tiny fuel hose. Pretty much just make sure that you find the fuel hose that will do this, okay? And then this fuel hose will actually just barely feed into here. Put this in warm water, feed this in like an inch, right? And then you feed this, again, after warm water, into this, and then you go to town, and you're good. But the issue here is there's no seal. You need a seal, otherwise you're gonna get shit all over you and you're gonna curse the day you bought this crap. So yeah, and then you have this massive wand to do a damn good job. Or don't.
So we have
Now I'm boiling water to soften the plastic to get this into the... It's amazing how fast induction boils and uses energy. It's fucking amazing. So that's the adapter. So this goes into the fuel line, and the fuel line goes into the wand. And this is how you're going to be able to use any can of rust proof or rust check. So you buy these, and then you get the little hose, and then you get this guy. And now you'll be able to do rust proofing on your own vehicle with that. Omnidirectional head do. So here it is. So this is just my first iteration, but as you can see, like just can of rust check, rust inhibitor. Cut the nozzle a little bit shorter. I cut the piece of fuel line and then I put it in there. I don't like spraying this outside, but just to show you, whatever. But yeah, so.
Oh, so it goes every direction.
Don't breathe. Yeah.
Okay, version 3.0?
Yeah, this is it.
Because it's longer?
Well, yeah, it doesn't come out. It won't fall off because it's light. Like having them close together. As soon as this goes left or right or around, it pops off. So this way, like you can go like all the way back and it's still on.
Okay.
Right, and you have to keep this upright too. So like when you're under the car, just this is the best. This is it. This is the best way to do it.
So I'm gonna get under the van to show you guys where he drilled the hole.
Like one of the worst rust places. So this is one of the holes that I drilled, just so I can get above all of this stuff and make sure I coat all of it. There's a hole right here that's already been, that was already there prior, so I could pop this out and get my wand in. But I want to make sure I can go everywhere from here. Whatever. I have a little plug, same as this. I have a little plug. So there's plug here, plug here. So I'm going to be putting rust protection in all of these plugs. So it's pretty simple. There's so much shit in here.
Gunk.
Yeah. So I thought I got it all out. Oh my god. But that's why you do this, right? Because this is what, like, look at all the dirt.
Yeah, I can see it.
Ew. Should probably wear my mask.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna
pretty
move.
much,
I just wanted to show everyone.
I'm gonna attach this
you
to
were
the
doing.
end of the can, and then I'm gonna put this in here, and then start spraying. And as I spray, I'm slowly gonna feed it out, and then soak everything in here with that rust inhibitor.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put it in this hole, go all the way across like this. See that? How it goes all the way over here?
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. And then same thing, put it on here and then pull it out. As I pull it out, I'll be spraying and just coating this whole thing with rust inhibitor.
Awesome.
And all vehicles have this. If you have an older vehicle and you want to, and you're like, I'm gonna have this vehicle for another 5, 10, 20 years, you have to do this. You have to. If you don't, then every time you say, I'm gonna have this vehicle for 10 or 20 years, well, you don't realize, but you're wrong, because this is all gonna rust. Like, it will. It just takes time before the buildup of dirt plugs these. Like this. Your vehicle has something similar to this. This is the drain, okay? And when this gets plugged with, rust that breaks off, and all the dirt over 10, 5, 10, 20 years, these don't drain. All the dirt just builds up. You saw how much dirt came out of here, right? Mm-hmm. That builds up. And then the dirt just sits there. When the dirt gets wet, it just sits there and doesn't drain and will just rip right through your panels. So, like, you have to do this.
Okay.
Yeah, I know I'm being intense, but it's
No.
but like if you say to yourself, I have a 15 give or take year old vehicle, and it's running great, and it doesn't have much rust, if any. Guaranteed, there's something going on in here, but these are the places where you can't see. If you do this, they won't rust.
Yeah.
They won't rust. Even if you just take these out and just hose them. Like if there isn't like we already have rusting through, right? But if it's not rusting through yet, and you just take all these out and you put a garden hose in here, and then all of these get flushed out,
that'll help.
That's huge. That's huge. If you want to go even further, then do what I'm doing now. But I'm just doing prevention because it's getting really bad. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, there's a rand. But yeah, I'm going to do this to the whole vehicle, all the way around.
Okay, I'm going to move.
Yeah, I'm ready to start now.
Always wear a mask when you do this, so you're not breathing in the chemicals.
Yeah, so I'm improving the design just so it doesn't fall out. This should be better. Alright.
Good luck! So we have an old van, so we're gonna keep it de-rusted.
Well, like, I'll tell you something. Like, I don't know. We're going to find out. I have high hopes and aspirations. But, like, I don't know how well this is going to work. I know how bad the van is. It's not terrible. Like, it's not terrible. But I know how bad it can get if we don't do this in the next 5 years. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how well this we'll see how much this slows down the rust. And I'll know. Because I have many places I can keep a look at and see how much of a difference it makes. And if it does make a difference, then damn right I'm going to keep these for a long time. I'll probably do this to a brand new vehicle.
Awesome. And then you sanded down a bunch of rust too everywhere else, right?
Yeah, like
Before you painted.
All of the rusted spots on the van are sanded, primed, and painted. Like, hey, look, I have a little like wine. Like up here, there was a whole bunch of spots right here that were rusted. Not bad, but like there was rust and it looked bad. But there's still a lot of metal left. So primed and painted, there was a spot right here that someone put tar on. And the tar was cracking. It looked so bad. But no, like it's right here. Once I got all the tar off, it wasn't bad at all. It was just a superficial rust spot. But yeah, there's a few places here, and then a spot, couple, like 4 or 5 spots over here. So now it's just white. It just looks great.
It looks great for a 20-year-old van.
This hood had like, I don't know, a few dozen like rust spots. Little tiny ones, but then it had, oh god, maybe 100 or so tiny specks everywhere. So I just painted the whole thing.
We painted it. We're going to keep this van going as long as we can.
I think it has a lot of life left in it.
We'll see.
We'll see.
It's a 2001 GMC Savanna.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Closing notes on de-rusting your vehicle.
So, everything I showed you, don't even bother. Just take it to a rust protection place and just get them to do it.
It was too much work.
It's a pain in the ass. And those little aerosol cans, like, they do something, but it's not as good as what the professionals can do. And the professionals will knock out all those things, they'll clean it out. If you've never had like a rust proofing done underneath your car, that's pretty much what they do. Like they'll clean your fenders out, they'll take all those plastic things out, they'll clean inside. Make sure that they do that, obviously. Like maybe make sure that they're going to do that. They should do that. And just pay them like $100 to do it. This is like our home, so we can't lose the, like, you might lose your car for a day because they have to wash it and then let it dry and then apply the stuff, so you might lose your car for a day. Like, we can't really, I guess we could, but we're not really in a situation, and I wanted to try this. It's a good experience, but yeah, don't do it. Or if you really want to do it, like, follow what I showed, but like, just take it to a shop and just get it professionally done.
What if you're really broke?
No, that's the way to do it. Like, if you do it the way that I showed you, you're going to spend a third the price or so, half to a third of the price of taking it to a professional, and you won't do as good of a job. Like,
Okay.
Like, I can't do the whole undercarriage, they'll do the whole thing. I'm just doing the spots that need attention.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Learn
Hopefully
from me.
you learned something.
Don't even do it, just take it to the professional.
Van life.